The Bodhisattvas also conceive this overwhelming determination: if I attain complete, perfect enlightenment first without having established all sentient beings on the path of unsurpassed liberation, I would be violating my original vow that would never do. Why? Sentient beings have not asked me to set my mind on enlightenment. I of my own accord act as an unsolicited friend to sentient beings, wishing to first cause all beings to fully develop their good potential and attain omniscience. The 10 Practices, Avatamsaka Sutra, Chap. 21. Thomas Cleary, Tr. Elder Master Tianju was seated in meditation in the Hall of Reclining Clouds. Suddenly, someone pushed the door open, stepped inside and introduced himself as a Zen guest. The master greeted him with a silent nod and extended his hand, inviting him to sit down. They remained thus, facing one another, for a long time. The sunlight was disappearing through the bamboo window and the smoke from the incense burner had dwindled to a trickle. When the guest monk leisurely arose, solemnly rearranged his robe, and slowly began to address the master. I venture to think that Elder Zen Master Young Ming received the direct transmission Dharma with National Master Shao of Tiante Mountain. He was also in the direct lineage of Elder Master Fa Yen. As the abbot of the Qingsu Temple in Hangzhou, he enlightened many monks and nuns to the way. His eloquence and flexible wisdom were like the swirling winds and the roaring thunder. Zen monks at home and abroad praised him as a master of the highest achievement. Nevertheless, why is it that, while preaching Zen, he personally cultivated Pure Land as well, exhorted others to recite the Buddha's name and wrote treatises propagating the Pure Land method? Moreover, he authored the verse, 4 Options, Ssu Liao Qian Chich, which states in essence, with Zen but without Pure Land, 9 out of 10 seekers of the way take the wrong road. Without Zen but with Pure Land, of 10,000 who practice, 10,000 reach the Pure Land. With these lines, the master seems to advocate the Pure Land method, disparaging his own school of Zen. Were his words not an exaggeration? My mind is filled with doubts on this point, and I would like to seek your instruction. Answer: that is a very good point. However, Elder Master Young Ming did not, in fact, extol Pure Land excessively while denigrating Zen. Rather, his answers are of great benefit for both the Zen and Sutra studies methods. Unfortunately, in the 4 Options, the Great Master merely gave a general explanation, which did not bring out all the subtleties of his thoughts. Therefore, he could not dispel the doubts of Zen disciples. I am a follower of Zen and am not well versed in the Pure Land method. However, through the treatises and sutras of that school, I can give you the following general explanation. Pure Land is a method which is easy to practice and through which it is easy to achieve enlightenment. However, it is also difficult to explain and to believe in. When Buddha Sakyamuni was preaching the Amitabha Sutra, he was aware that sentient beings in the Dharma-ending age would have difficulty believing him. He therefore quoted the earnest words of the Buddhas of the 6 directions to dispel the doubts and develop the faith of later generations. Near the end of the sutra, referring to the various Buddhas who praised him, Sakyamuni Buddha said, Shariputra, you should be aware that, in this evil age of 5 corruptions, see note 3.3, I did this difficult thing, I obtained the highest perfect knowledge. For the sake of the whole world I preach this Dharma, which is difficult to believe in. This is extremely difficult. H. Seiki, Amida Kyo, New York, American Buddhist Academy, 1973, page .74. These are sincere, thorough words of instruction, enjoining people to develop faith in the Pure Land. Moreover, with great, overflowing compassion, Buddha Sakyamuni has come to the world's rescue in this Dharma-ending age. Each of his words is accepted and put into practice by humans and celestial beings alike. Nevertheless, some sentient beings have doubts about this specific Pure Land teaching. Why is this so? It is because the Pure Land teaching is all-embracing, yet its practice is extremely simple, and these two opposing characteristics seem difficult to reconcile. This is why the Pure Land method easily engenders doubts in the minds of listeners. The method is all-embracing because it gathers in people of all capacities. Not only do the highest level and one-life bodhisattvas seek rebirth in the Pure Land, even unsophisticated men and women, as well as those who have committed the 5 grave offenses or the 10 evil acts, will all achieve rebirth. They need only put their faith in and direct their minds toward the Pure Land with utmost determination. On the other hand, this method is simple, because the practitioner is not subjected to too many difficulties and hardships, nor does he have to pass through many different states of mind. When he could easily be misled, he need only 60 recite the Buddha's name to ensure escape from the Saha world, our world, be reborn in the Western Pure Land and achieve non-retrogression until Buddhahood is finally attained. Because of these two characteristics of the Pure Land method, all-embracing yet simple, even the wise develop doubts. Thus, if you fully understand this point, you will realize that Elder Master Young Ming's words of praise truly have a profound meaning and are not an exaggeration. Question 2. I now understand the all-embracing yet simple nature of the Pure Land method. However, enlightened Zen masters have said that to see one's nature is to achieve Buddhahood. Why should we settle for rebirth in the Western Pure Land? Answer: you ask such a question because you still do not understand. In fact, enlightened masters are the very ones who are urgently seeking rebirth. The ancients have said, in which realm would one seek rebirth, if not the Pure Land? From your question, I can see that you have not yet awakened to the way, because, once you have, your aspiration for rebirth cannot be restrained, even by 10,000 buffaloes. Question 3. The reason Buddha Sakyamuni appeared in the world was to rescue sentient beings. As Buddhist followers, we should worry only about not having awakened. Once awakened to the way, we should be unconcerned about birth and death, and follow the Buddha's example, manifesting ourselves in the evil realms to rescue all sentient beings. If those who have awakened or attained enlightenment still seek rebirth in the Pure Land, are they not guilty of rejecting suffering, seeking happiness for themselves and abandoning those who are still mired in birth and death? I may be deluded and vile, but all the same, I abhor such an attitude. Answer: you are too impatient, like someone who discovers an egg and wants it to hatch immediately. Do you really think that after a momentary awakening, you have extinguished all deluded habits and suddenly reached the stage of non-retrogression? Do you also think that, after such an awakening, you no longer have to study the Buddha Dharma in its reality, nor engage in further cultivation so as to attain the various stages of bodhisattvahood, step by step? Or are you by any chance thinking that, after a glimpse of enlightenment, you have become the equal of the Buddhas, free to enter and exit birth and death, unhindered and unperturbed by obstructing conditions? If this were the case, the great bodhisattvas who spent untold suns cultivating the paramitas and the 10,000 conducts should all feel ashamed. Compared to you, the ancients have admonished, Arbhats are still deaded at birth, bodhisattvas are still dolated in the band stage. See glossary. This is true of sages, such as arhats and bodhisattvas. What can we say about those who have only superficially awakened and, in the midst of this world, cannot even save themselves? Moreover, even if your awakening is profound, your wisdom and understanding brilliant and lofty, and even if your practice is consonant with your understanding, and you are determined to rescue sentient beings, as long as you have not reached the stage of non-retrogression, your skills and capacities are necessarily incomplete. Under these circumstances, should decide to you remain in this evil world to convert and rescue recalcitrant sentient beings, the sages and saints would not vouch for your success. It would be no different from attempting to rescue people from the raging sea with a boat that is neither sturdy nor watertight. Unavoidably, everyone would drown. Thus, it is stated in the Treatise on Rebirth, if you wish to move freely in the nether worlds, if you wish to rescue deluded, suffering sentient beings, you should first seek rebirth in the Western Pure Land. Only after you have achieved tolerance of non-birth should you return to the sea of birth and death to fulfill your original vow. It is because of these causes and conditions that the practitioner should seek rebirth in the Pure Land. The sages of old have also said, those who have not reached the stage of non-retrogression nor achieved tolerance of non-birth should never be separated from the Buddhas. They are not unlike small children who should not leave their mothers or young birds who can only hop from branch to branch. In this day and age, in this Saha world, Buddha Sakyamuni has entered nirvana, while Maitreya, the future Buddha, is not yet born. Moreover, along the four evil paths, sentient beings are easily swayed by interlinking cause and effect, exposed to hundreds of heterodox, evil teachings, perturbed by criticism and calumny, lured by beautiful forms and sensuous sounds, continuously under the influence of evanescent circumstances and evil conditions. Under such conditions, with no Buddha to rely on and disturbed by the evil environment, how many of the newly awakened can avoid retrogression? That is why Buddha Sakyamuni has earnestly recommended rebirth in the Western Pure Land. In that land, Buddha Amitabha now preaches the Dharma, and in that land favorable conditions abound. Once reborn, relying on the help of the ocean-wide assembly, the practitioner swiftly achieves the tolerance of non-birth. Moreover, as he is always in the company of the king of the Dharma, he easily attains Buddhahood. At that time, there are no obstructions to prevent him from appearing in the world at will, to rescue sentient beings. Therefore, even those of the highest capacity, endowed with wisdom, must seek rebirth, not to mention people like you who are of only moderate or low capacities, and are barely awakened. Do you not know that in the Sutra on the Buddha Visualization Samadhi, the Bodhisattva Manjusri himself recalled his cultivation in past lifetimes and revealed that he had attained the Buddha Remembrance Samadhi and usually dwelled in the Pure Lands? For this reason Buddha Sakyamuni predicted, you will be reborn in the land of ultimate bliss. Do you not also know that in the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Bodhisattva Samantabhadra urged Sudana and the ocean-wide assembly to dedicate the virtues of the 10 great vows toward rebirth in the Western Pure Land? The sutra contains the following passage. I vow that when my life approaches its end, all obstructions will be swept away. I will see Amita Buddha, and be born in his land of ultimate bliss and peace. Suan Hua, Trail, Flower Adornment Sutra, ch. 40. p.214. Do you not also know that, in the Lankavatara Sutra, Buddha Sakyamuni predicted, in the future, in southern India, there will be an elder master of high repute and virtue named Nagarjuna. He will attain the first bodhisattva stage of extreme joy and be reborn in the Western Pure Land. Do you not also realize that in the treatise on the awakening of the faith, the patriarch Asvaghosha also extolled rebirth? In the Maharatnakuta Sutra, Buddha Sakyamuni predicted that his father, King Suddhodana, along with 70,000 relatives, would be reborn in the Pure Land. In the Meditation Sutra, Buddha Sakyamuni taught Queen Vaidehi and her 500 attendants how to pay homage to Amitabha Buddha. Let us be impartial and ask ourselves this question. If even great bodhisattvas such as Manjusri and Samantabhadra, and towering patriarchs such as Asvaghosha and Nagarjuna sought rebirth, vowing to see Amitabha Buddha, who are today's barely awakened practitioners to reject rebirth. Indeed, to do so is tantamount to considering their own achievements to be higher than those of the bodhisattvas and patriarchs. That is inconceivable. In later times, in China, for example, Elder Master Wei Yuan of Lushan, 334–416, founded the Lotus Society, which was devoted exclusively to Pure Land practice. While many other masters and laymen belonging to both the Tiantai and Avatamsaka traditions personally cultivated Buddha recitation and widely expounded the Pure Land method. Following one another's example, they sought rebirth in the Pure Land. Furthermore, over the centuries, in China, numerous Zen masters, in addition to meditation, quietly practiced and propagated Pure Land teachings. Among them are found many elder masters of high achievement, including Masters Yang Ming, Tian Ai, Yuan Chao Pen, Su Shou Shen. Not only did these Zen masters follow the Pure Land method, Master Tianju, have heard a Zen monk of high achievement say, almost all monks, both within and outside the 5 houses of Zen, awakened to the way or not, set their minds on the Pure Land. When I asked the reason, the master replied, Elder Zen Master Pai Chong of Weihai, one of the most famous Zen masters of all time, was the direct successor to the great Zen master Masu of Changxi. Zen communities throughout the world are established on his model and have adopted the pure rules for monasteries which he instituted. Since ancient times, no one has dared to criticize or violate this set of rules. According to these rules, prayers for the benefit of seriously ill monks and nuns include the following passage. The fourfold assembly should gather together, and all should recite verses of praise to Amitabha Buddha and chant his name from 100 to 1,000 times. At the end, the following words of transference should be read. If conditions have not yet come to an end, let him quickly recover. If the time of death has arrived, we pray that he will be reborn in the Pure Land. Is this not pointing the way back to the Pure Land? Moreover, the liturgy for sending off deceased monks includes this passage. The great assembly should all recite the name of Amitabha Buddha in unison, transferring the merits, and making the following vow. Let his soul be reborn in the Pure Land, his karma in the world of dust severed. Let him be reborn in the upper lotus grade with a golden body. May he also receive a prediction of Buddhahood in one lifetime. Is this not pointing the way back to the Pure Land? Furthermore, at the time of burial or cremation, the pure rules stipulate, the monk in charge of the service should lead the way, striking the small bell, and recite the name of Amitabha Buddha 10 times, with the great assembly following in unison. After recitation, the following words of transference should be read. We have just intoned the Buddha's name 10 times to assist in rebirth. Is this not pointing the way back to the Pure Land? It is for these reasons that his old monk said, Zen masters the world over all set their minds on the Pure Land. I listened to the Zen masters' explanations and, as they were fully substantiated, cannot find any reason to refute them. The profound and lofty meaning behind Master Pai Chang's pure rules then dawned on me. Residing as you are in a monastery complex, you must have sent off countless monks. Your ears must have heard and your mouth uttered 10 recitations, an untold number of times. Your mind must have focused on the transference of merit to the Pure Land innumerable times. In spite of all this, You have not yet awakened, nor have you understood the real intentions of the patriarchs, and are deluded to the point of claiming that those who have awakened or reached enlightenment do not seek rebirth. Truly, your disease of grasping, of clinging to Zen, has no equal in the whole, wide world.